So good evening all. Welcome to today's health seminar. As usual, being a Sunday, we gather together and we talk about matters health because we believe that you can live a longer, healthier life without lifestyle diseases, live a full life, and really get to enjoy this life without lifestyle diseases. And today we especially have a very exciting topic that we are going to talk about. This is a topic about chronic diseases. Why wait? And as usual, like the focus is on how can you avoid chronic diseases at the end of the day. And we're asking a question: why wait until you get chronic disease? Why don't tackle it in advance before you actually get there? And to take us through that session is a great leader, a leader that you've been in the digs with the trenches with him for a very long time. Been with us for more than 20 years in the matters wellness, in matters in your life. And he's one of our directors in the business. And this is none other than Dan Odero. So Dan Odero, karibu sana, you can take it away.
Thank you so much, Fred. Once again, good afternoon, gentlemen, or if some of us are in the other side of the world, good morning. Someone's on the other side, good evening. This afternoon, as Fred has explained and enumerated, that we are talking about matters health. And health matters are things in our control, things that we have a control of in many cases. We're talking about chronic diseases and what can we do about them. And if you're like me, maybe you ask the question. Lately, there are a lot of people who are suffering from chronic ailments. And these ailments have got, they don't choose who hits them. I mean, if we ask now, who do you know who has a heart disease? Many of us have people who have that. Who do we know who has got cancer? I can name a few, and there are quite a number. And that is the same for a lot of chronic diseases. But the question begs, what are you doing about it to avoid getting that chronic disease? What are you doing? Some of us saying we're praying about it. Good thing to do. Very good thing to do is pray about it. But you cannot just stick to prayer. You have to go out and do something about it, so that we don't complain later that I wish I knew. We are going to talk about things that you could do that mitigate the fact that you can end up with a chronic disease. There are many things you can do. Chronic diseases don't sleep up on us. You don't wake up one day and you have a chronic disease. It doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen that you wake up today and I have a heart problem. I have this disease. It doesn't creep up on me. It comes over a period of time, and that you can do on a day-to-day basis that can mitigate you getting the disease. And we'll talk about this afternoon. It is important also when you have a challenge to see a doctor. If you're not feeling well, don't just do as many people sometimes do, just go to a chemist and say, let me take something. It is good to go to a doctor. It is important. But that's not just the end of it. You have to do that, but also some things you can do for yourself. Take control of your own health. This is what we're talking about. We go to doctors when that has failed. Go to a doctor. Do not say, let me try whatever I have, the concussions, or I feel like this, let me just go to the chemist over the counter. It is a bit different. It's a bit of a, it's not so advised to do that. We are not doctors, but over the last 27 years, I got into an area that we addressed health. 27 years ago, I was probably like some of us who says things about our health, things like supplementation. We have been cheated about this. Why should I? Why should I take a supplement when I can get fresh fruits? Which is a valid question. Valid question, but look at the other side where people still, even if they're eating fresh fruits and vegetables, still are suffering. So we're not saying do not do that. Yes, you must, but you also must do a little bit more. Because unfortunately, the fruits and vegetables, unless you're growing your own field and you're checking on them, we cannot guarantee that we're getting the full value for what we are eating. And this has shown with a number of cases of people getting sick. Some of the diseases we have, chronic diseases, were things that were not part of our lives, was not something we used to see. One of the things that we have, there's a big problem, is something like chronic fatigue. People are eating well, but they are tired. They are exhausted. They are resting, but they're still exhausted. They've got things like brain fog. There's swollen glands, their stomach's pain, they're bloating, there's nausea, they are not feeling well. They are sleeping, but they're unrefreshed. Some of these are things that we suffer from. And this is the beginning. The body always warns us in advance. It gives us warning signs. These warning signs are so that we do something about it. But many times we have these warning signs and we ignore. We ignore. We go and take simplified things. We say, I have a headache, I just go and take a Panadol. Let's go, what can I take? We ignore the symptoms the body is crying out sometimes. You need to do something about it. And the company we involved with have addressed these issues from 1960 years ago, have been addressing, and they address consistently. Some of the causes, and some of us causes of chronic fatigue, we're talking about fatigue here, but this also then gets in, if you don't address it, goes into now chronic diseases. Lifestyle factors, the things that we don't think so much about, alcohol and drugs. Taking a lot of alcohol. Alcohol is not bad. I mean, once in a while you have a drink, I enjoy my drink, but you say, I'm not always. Don't become, let not be a crutch that you go to when you're frustrated, go and take a something. When you're feeling down, you're unhappy, you go and drink something. Excess physical activity. Sometimes you're so busy, you're trying to make ends meet, you're doing 2 or 3 jobs, you're running from here, you're running to nothing to make more. You say, I'm not earning enough. Let me do some more. Jet lag, sometimes people are jetting out there, they've got a job that they're flying out, and they don't rest. Lack of physical activity, you won't always be rest, you're always in the house. Give my body a rest. Go too long, your couch potato. The whole weekend you do nothing. Medications, sometimes you go and take medication over the counter, cough syrups, cough syrup. These are things that build up to our problems. Unhealthy eating habits. We eat things that are not the best for us. They're not very nutritional. There's no nutritional value, but we eat them because we enjoy them. In moderation, they're not too bad, but when you do it over and over again, I like grapes, I like sausages, which are not bad in moderation, but when you do it over and over again, it's simple, it becomes a problem. It can lead to, these are the things that year in, year out lead to eventually a chronic problem, chronic fatigue and a chronic disease. Sometimes you have something has gone wrong, someone has passed away, or you lost a job, or that there's grief. These things cause your problem when you get into a habit of just mourning and just being there. The things that affect us and not addressed becomes a problem. Hypothyroidism, overactive thyroid, inflammatory bowel disease. Sometimes we have this kind of problems. Antidepressants, medication and treatment, you have too much of that. You're not taking some counter effect for taking some things when you have chemotherapy. What are you countering the poison that you put in there that clears it? What are you doing about it? If you're taking drugs for so long time, for over and over again, for such a long time, do you know you have to clear it out of the body? Or do we just say, we don't think about that? You have got pain and you're constantly on painkillers constantly. What is the effect? What is the effect? We don't address these things. We say, we take a medication. When the medication ends, that's it. You're just told, go and eat a balanced diet. What is a balanced diet? How many of us know what a balanced diet is? And some of the things we go and eat, some things where we don't enjoy and we cannot eat too much of them. These things are all things that add up to problems that cause us chronic disease in the long run. Anxiety disorder, anemia, because it's a counter effects, anemia, because we're not having something else, we have anemia. Chronic infections, you're not taking care, you're just going out, you're infected, you're not taking care. You've gotten sick, but instead of taking care and saying, now when I got sick, what am I doing now to rebuild my body with right things? A lot of times we don't eat the vegetables and fruits that we need to. You find a lot of times fruits and vegetables are being sold outside hospitals. When someone is sick, someone says, yes, now I eat more. But once you're now back to work, you start eating the wrong foods. Things are going wrong. You don't have anyone to speak to. Depression happens. It gets worse and worse. You put it aside. You don't talk. You don't reach out for help. Some of these things cause us a problem and we don't take care of them. We don't address it. These conditions cause, in the long run, over years, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, then you end up with a problem and you wonder, what happened? How did I get here? Our health status, when we are born, one of the things when we are born, our health status should be vibrant. When we have vibrant health, and we can have vibrant health all through our lives. When we are born, when you see a small baby, the eyes are bright, they're moving around, they're all active. And we should be at 100%, that's what we are. But as time goes on, you get tired, you find things, your vibrancy goes down. You get stressed. You allow stress to be part of your life. You're not earning enough. You're not looking for a way to earn something more. You say, I know what I know. When someone offers you an opportunity to say, maybe you can again say, no, I'm okay. And that's stress. But you can do something about it. When you're so stressed, you don't sleep. You're working so much, you don't exercise. Your weight is going out of control, you don't care. And you find from vibrancy, you become less and you get tired, you're getting exhausted, and then you start getting sick because when the body now loses its vibrancy, it gets sick more often. There are times when you have this is when it's a headache, sometimes it's a toothache, sometimes it's that, you're not doing anything about it, you're not addressing it. As far as saying, well, you don't even go to the doctor when you're not feeling well, you're not doing anything about it. Instead of saying, what can I do about it? What do I have to change? Things like cholesterol use. If you've got stress for too long, a stroke happens. And when a stroke happens, what do you do? Do you address it? Do you change what you are doing? Do you now look for solutions? So your status goes from vibrant all the way down. By the time you are going 80, you are so sickly. You have finished all your funds, you have fundraised, your whole family are wiped out of all they have because they're taking care of you, because you're not taking care of yourself, because you have to go to others. They have to do a rabbis to help you. They have to take from their savings to help you because probably you have not taken care of it for yourself. You don't address the problem at the time when the problem is happening. Every day, what can I do about it? This is where you can go if you don't start sitting back and saying, what do I need to do? Why am I waiting until it gets this bad before I do anything? Look for natural solutions. Detox your body. It is said and it is advised that at least twice a year, do a detox. Twice a year, do a detox. If you take medicine, do a detox twice a year. Have a healthy diet. What are the things I need to eat? Healthy diet. Am I checking on the foods I'm eating? Am I eating the right foods? Am I resting? Am I getting to bed early? Am I exercising a little bit? I'm not saying going to the gym, but at least a walk, use the stairs, do those things. Am I avoiding stress? Things that are bad, avoiding smoking, not drinking alcohol too much. Am I doing these things? Am I looking for these natural solutions? Your health is your greatest wealth, and if you don't address it now, you'll address it later. So the best thing is to address it now when there's maybe before it becomes a problem, before it becomes too much, before you become that you have to now get a specialist to help you because you have avoided over time. It's time to reverse the trends. We are so hit by these chronic diseases. Heart disease is a problem. Just the other day, I heard somebody, yes, went not feeling well, was sickly, rushed to the hospital to just get a checkup. It was too late. Didn't make it. How many times we have done that? A friend of mine also, same thing, was playing golf, felt a bit sick, got into his car, tried to get out, did not make it. Why wait until you are at that point when it is you have now, it is known? Why wait when there are things you can do on a day-to-day basis? Cancer. Some of us don't. For those who have cancer, it is a serious thing, and I think about them, and but some of us who don't have, and we see them around us. Do we think we're special that we'll never get it? What are we doing to avoid ever being able to get it down? Or if you had it, what are you doing to control it? What are you doing on a day-to-day basis? Are you just praying? Which is a good thing to do. I'm saying it is very good to pray, but do more. What can I do about it? What things do I have to do on a day-to-day basis that can help me? Diabetes. Diabetes now, type 2 diabetes is becoming a chronic thing. People have diabetes who don't know. They think of their diabetes, they don't know. The stroke is coming. Some people don't realize it. Chronic respiratory diseases is there. These are things that sometimes we just live with them and we are being careless when we should be doing something about it, and we can do something about it. Go back to the beginning. What are the things that we can do to mitigate these things? What can we do? The World Health Organization and also now Neolife has come up with a pyramid that is good for us. At the basis of this is a lifestyle that is exercise that you need to be doing. And if you're not, start today. Start today. Start having your basis. Am I exercising a little bit? Am I having an active lifestyle? Is my basis of my eating whole grains? Am I having more fruits and vegetables, not just because when I'm buying them only at the time when someone is sick that I start thinking about them? When I have children, I give the children, the wives and the children are eating, the women are eating, but we don't, eating less protein and a little bit of fat. Are we keeping the pyramid this way? Are we looking at it every day? Are you take an audit of how your lifestyle is? Audit it every day. Because otherwise you can be like the gentleman here, enjoying our foods once in a while is okay, but you have to have moderation. Enjoy your chips, enjoy them once in a while, not every other day. Don't turn the screens upside down that you're having a little bit of no activity, minimal activity. You're without the TV, you're taking your car, you're driving here around, minimal activity. And you don't take care of that. Fruits and vegetables only when someone is sick or when you're still saying, hey, maybe you should buy fruits and vegetables. I remember one time, my brother, when I was growing up, his lips turned black. And he wondered what happened. Why? He went for a checkup, and when my mother took him for a checkup and says, it is because for 1 year he had not eaten any fruits. 1 year. How many of us have gone for years without eating fruits? And why are we doing that? Because they're too expensive. Who can afford the price of the fruits? And who can afford 1 year? We're not auditing how we are eating on a day-to-day basis. What am I doing? Nyama choma, we love it, the kilo, and we are eating and we're enjoying it, and we don't think of the effects of having it over and over again. A little bit is okay, but all the time, and because it's easy, fats and sugars, your things which I say in moderation, okay, but if you have it all the time, how many times do you eat this meat? You say how many times? Take a chart and check. Are we checking? Because if this happens, then we cannot blame anybody when we have lifestyle affecting us. We cannot blame anybody else. We can't point the finger to anyone else because it's us who is doing that. What can you do about it? Because sometimes I've said, of course, there are times when there's an argument, of course, sometimes the fruits and vegetables we eat, the things we eat, are not been good and not as good as they used to be before. People are growing, sometimes farmers now are growing fruits and vegetables, growing things to look good to our eyes, but they don't have. Case in point, back in the days, you go to Moranga, take a fruit, you're having fruits, take your apple, you throw it in the ground. 2 days later, it's growing. Nowadays, you throw it there, it dies because the ground is being overused. So we sometimes say the food we have is less, has got less nutritional value than this because people are going for profits. They say, let it look good, but it doesn't have that. So you're saying, oh, then why should I bother? Because I cannot get right ones. So, but still you need to try. But what else are you doing? Much more, because you have to do a little bit more. If you don't do a little bit more, then later on you'll have to dig into your pockets more. You'll have to go and look for others to help you more. Because at that point, you'll reach a point where you're chronic, you've got something that is not going, you have to look for a specialist to help you. Audit what we're doing. Be careful. What can you do about it? Ask the question, what can I do about this? 1958, almost 60 years ago, founder of Neolife, Jerry Brasfield, had the problem of he had a chronic breathing, he had asthma, who had a problem. His mother helped him with Gut Road Solutions. The natural solutions are the things that helped him. Not just medication, natural solutions. And because of that, he was interested in saying, what can we now do to get people things that are natural that can help them? Many of us think that because these food supplements are things that only Wazungus, the white man, is cheating us about from the West. They talk about that here. We have got fresh things and we cheat ourselves, but we don't look at the results of people. How many people are in hospital? How many people are sickly? Even if we have these fresh things out there, because sometimes we don't even eat them. How much can you eat of those ones? And some of them are not as good. So Neolife came up and said, what can we do? We can put this back into a supplement that what we're eating is supplemented, not complete. It complements what we have. So the basis, and that's what I say, based in nature. How does nature have it? Then backed by science, which is aimed that we now have something that works. And Jerry Pressfield came up with the company Neolife, and that started back in the day. It's a result of a vision, the belief that we make the best organic products that people can use. And besides that, he was not a scientist, but there was a scientific advisory board that is active to date, founded by Arthur First. Dr. Arthur First is a scientist who came up with chemotherapy treatment for cancer. He's the one who came up with it. The person who came up with it is Dr. Arthur First, who founded the scientific advisory board. He's now late. But they have scientists, doctors, and scientists who research and say, is the product as good as it should be? What do we need? How can we get it in our foods? Not only in medication, because medications always have side effects. Sometimes if you take for too long, you take medication for a period of time. Supplementation you can take continuously without any side effects because they're natural. Medication takes care of when you have as sickness comes in, you have to treat it. So you go to a doctor, I treat it. You treat it. After you've treated it, you don't continue on medication after some. Take it for a period of time, and then after that, what more do? You now go back to the natural things, the foods. And at times, the foods that we have don't have enough, so there's supplementation. The Neolife difference is that they are based in nature. The products that they produce, they check on them. The products tested, tried. For the last 60 years, they've been checking that the product works. The products that they produce fast are still being used to date. What's the result? And they try on human trials. They don't do it on only animals. They do it on human trials. That it's something that is good for us, that we check. There are many companies that produce supplementation that are out there. There are many companies. Some people say there's a lot of competition out there. Some are cheaper, some will look better, some will look. But many occasions, on more than one occasion, I've gone where I've been told by somebody, I went elsewhere. I was using a product from a company, but I went back to the doctor said there's no results. How sure are you that the product you're using is a good quality product? How sure are you? You're not a scientist. You cannot go and check for yourself. How sure are you? Best to have a company that has a board that researches, checks. Results are done. Every year they have a conference with Stanford with supplementation and disease prevention, which is better to do. Be sure a company that you are sure of. But do research. Check on them. When someone tells you something, check on the background. Do research. Check who else talking about it. One of the first products they 3NN. Because one of the things that was a problem in 1950s that time was chronic fatigue syndrome. People were getting tired to the point of dying of exhaustion. Now they found when they did a study by the US government, not by The US government did a study that showed what was happening here. And they found that in because of people moving to cities, when they move to cities, you have to feed a million people. How do you feed a million people with fresh foods? It can't happen because the fresh food will go bad very quickly. So what they did, clever thing to do, was to process. Processing is not bad. They process, but they remove the essential elements, wheat germ, rice bran, soya. They remove the essential thing and gave us back something that is devoid of the essential thing. This lipids and steroids, not steroids, sterols, were important in making the cell wall healthy. And you can see the diagram there. The cell wall, a healthy cell, over here, an unhealthy cell, it is not healthy. The cell covering is not healthy enough. The things that you eat, nutrients are not getting into the cells, and we've got 73 trillion cells that have to be fed. So if you have an unhealthy cell, no nutrients get in, no toxins get out. It's like, and you're eating, but things are not getting into your food. You're eating, but you're hungry. You're not going. You're eating for 1 week. You're eating and not going to for a long call. Something's happening. Those are our cells. Nutrients are not getting in. Toxins are not getting out. Then you feel sick, of course. You become sick. And with time, if you do that for years, of course you'll get a chronic disease. But the product they got in, 3NN, 3-in-1, 3NN, rice bran, soya, wheat germ, put into a supplement, whole grain. This one had, from that time, has not changed. We're the only company in the world that has this formulation. Makes the cell wall healthy. Anything you eat gets into the cells, as we can see over here, gets into the cell. Toxins get out. Your cell works optimally. You begin to feel better. You begin, the body which has been made to take care of itself, it feels better. If you're on medication, by taking 3NN, the medication gets in better. Whatever you're eating also gets in better because of that. Because now at the cellular level, we have nutrients getting in. Toxins getting out. All those poisons you put in your body might get out properly. Then you have got an opportunity to get better. This is the first product that was produced there and has never changed. 60 years. The people who used it that time are still alive. No side effects, natural product. Secondly, fruits and vegetables. As I said, we have to have fruits and vegetables in our. How many times do we have fruits and vegetables? Audit your eating. For the month, how many times have I had my fruits and vegetables? Different colored ones. Apricots, apples, those things. If you go and buy the shop, how much does it cost you? Some people say, with a family, how can I afford to buy it all the time? You must still try. But they came up with a product called carotenoid complex. Carotenoid complex, now clinically proven, increases your immune capacity by 37% in 20 days. Now, it's not only us who say, the World Health Organization is the one who said this. The carotenoid complex has the power of 115 fruits and vegetables or raw vegetables in every bottle. 115. So you're having your vegetable, you try to have yours, but then you're making sure that I'm getting enough. So am I getting enough here? My fruits and vegetables? Carotenoid complex. And for those of you who have not taken carotenoid, please today make an order for it. Because one of the things that's besides in boosting your immune system by 37%, clinically proven, not just by word of mouth, clinically proven. Besides boosting your immune system, It slows down the rate of growth of cancerous cells in our bodies. And all of us, ladies and gentlemen, all of us are prone to cancer. We're not so sure what causes it. All of us are prone. We have the likelihood, and this has been shown by the number of people who are in hospitals. They're having fruits and vegetables, but they're not yet, they're still getting sick. Now, if you have enough, it slows down the rate of growth of cancer cells in the body to the point that if you had a cancer that was growing, it slows it down so much by the time it manifests itself as a bad thing, 100 years have passed. Do you care at that point? So you have lived your life. This is what that product does. What are you doing today? What are you doing? Ask your friends this. What are you doing about cancer? Go for tests, yes. But what are we putting in our mouths? What are we trying to mitigate our risks? Carotenoid complex slows it down. Boosts the system, slows it down. You must have this product. Now, I know somebody else, there was a case of somebody who was diagnosed with intestinal cancer. One of my clients and a friend of ours, and they went in to have a checkup, which is a good thing to do. The doctor said, you need chemotherapy. For the month of chemotherapy, it will cost you 1 million shillings. Now, 1 million shillings, they had a big family, but said all of us working, 1 million shillings in a month is a little bit high. It's a little bit high for us. It's a little bit high to raise 1 million shillings a month. How many of us have got 1 million shillings just stashed away? 1 million just stashed away somewhere. 1 million shillings. So they came crying and said, what can we do? Now they came to us. In Neolife, besides, we're not doctors, but we have got a health professional council of doctors who you can go to, who can tell you, they're oncologists, there are people there. And in this case, there was one of our doctors who is Dr. Fatima Abdallah, who is also a man, but she's also an oncologist who talks about cancer. She told the person, instead of doing the chemotherapy, which you cannot afford, so you are looking at death because you couldn't afford it, you couldn't afford it, use a product she called Phyto Defense. Phyto Defense had carotenoid complex in it. Carotenoid complex was there in Phyto Defense. Cruciferous plus, flavonoid. Take that product instead. If you can afford, at least take that. This is one of the most expensive products in Neolife. The Phyto Defense is one of the most expensive products in Neolife. Might cost you about, for the month, cost you about 12,000 bob. Expensive. But compared to chemotherapy, advised by a doctor, not by me, advised by a doctor, take this instead, advised by a doctor. Instead of 1 million in the month, she spent 12,000. And of course, she repeated that next month. For 4 months, they took the Phyto Defense product, 4 months. On the 4th month, which meant spend what, 48,000 compared to 1 million shillings? Do the math for yourself. 4 months, she went back for a checkup to that doctor. So it's time to go back to your doctor for a checkup. He couldn't find the cancer. Some people say we have got good things but expensive. Compared to what? Then we have omega-3 salmon oil, the fish gum salmon oil, omega-3 salmon oil plus. All your 8 omega-3s clinically tested, ultra pure. Now, some people have had some people say, but I can get omega-3 cheaper than you guys out there. One of the times, one of our doctors from Neolife, one of the scientists, Dr. Fred Hooper, was in Kenya, and he says, let me look at the, let me check what what is the what is the competition saying? The others who are saying we have the same, they have as good. You went into a shop, asked the chemist, where's your omega-3? This is ours. Where is yours? The chemist showed it. Yes, your omega-3. This is our omega-3. The omega-3 there, he went and looked at the ingredients because he's a scientist. He can tell. For us, we can look, I don't know what I'm reading. I'm just reading, but I don't know what I'm reading. He went in and started looking at what he was reading there. He says, I don't see any omega-3 ingredients in this product. He asked the chemist, so what is happening? The chemist said there's no omega-3 in there, but it's called omega-3. Some people, unfortunately, if you didn't know this, some people sell products because they know people talk about the product, call it that, but has nothing in it. So you go out there and say, I am saving money. I am going to get a product, better price. Someone from your life, what a two, your product is expensive. What are we going? Let me go. You're putting money in the toilet. Omega-3 salmon oil plus has all these effects here. For people who have had a stroke, this is the product you have. This is the product you must take. Take this product because it will prevent another one from happening. My mother that day was having problems, having pain in her joints, pain. And she was in so much pain at night. And she said, what do I take? I had some omega-3. I told her, Mom, please take this. Take 9 of them. Take 6 before you go to bed. Take another 3 as you go to bed. The next morning, she asked me, is that a painkiller? It clears the pain. People have migraine headaches. This is what helps. This is the product. If you got gout, this is the product that will help you. The cholesterol is the product that will help you. If you're a sports person, this is the product you must take. Tried and tested. We have got people giving testimonies all the time because this is a product has been tried and tested and works brilliantly. Then you've got the multiminerals and vitamin products, the essential vitamins and minerals there. The World Health Organization estimates that 66% of the to 80% of the world's population is deficient in things like iron, multimineral plus alfalfa here. And deficient iron means you have got anemia, anemic, chronic anemia. Take that. Eat your liver, yes. But some of us don't like liver. So you don't like liver, what do you do? Look for something else. In your multimineral plus alfalfa, you will have that for your iron. These are the things you can take. Because anemia then causes other problems. It's a complete balance here that we have there. Proprietary blend, added iron helps. So some of the solutions you do, if you want to, you're audited and you say, I'm having a problem, my pyramid is upside down, what I do, one of the things you put into your diet and do it on Monday, call the person who invited you here and says, can I get a pack of Pro Vitality? If I cannot get it, can I get the different parts there? Yeah. Can I get some TNN? Can I get some carotenoid complex? Can I get some omega-3? Can I get some multi-mineral of my multi? To make sure that what you're getting, that you are addressing these problems on a day-to-day basis. What are you doing about it? If you're not doing it, what else are you doing? And the benefit of having Pro Vitality is it's a powerful antioxidant, a powerful antioxidant protection, lifelong heart health. So you won't have that. You're not sure why that if you can't breathe sometimes and you're doing something about it. Your immune system is being boosted so that if someone comes in with something else, COVID hit us, we're not so worried because the immune system is stronger, it can fight itself. Your brain function works well, your joints are good, your clear vision, you've got youthful skin and nails. When you're taking carotenoid complex, your skin looks more. But I think this, you're eating your fruits and vegetables, but you're also doing a little bit more. And then the thing is like when you now just at age CoQ10, this is a product you take, promotes cellular energy, boosts overall stamina, cardiovascular health, enhances muscle energy. These are the things that now will help you, reduces muscle pain, soreness. You know, every time you go in and you have a problem, you're taking medication, you're overloading your kidneys. And if you take it for so long, with time, what happens that you begin to have a problem, that at one point, then you start having kidney failure and you start wondering why. Because you're on medication for too long and not clearing it out. But these things alleviate chance of migraines. So you take a medicine all the time you're feeling headache, take a supplement, CoQ10. When you're a little bit older, when you're going over 50, and this is what you can take. Connect your health. Because sometimes you can be pumping people with medication, but you're causing a problem in the long run. You're causing a chronic problem in the long run. The kidney sometimes will say, hey, we can't take it anymore. But with the supplementation, you don't overload it. These are some of the supplements that you can have, and they're available to you. You can available to the person who invited you can get them for you. Formula 4 with 3 NNs there, the CoQ10, the salmon oil, true salmon oil plus, your vitamin B complex. So when women are feeling the nausea and things, this is something you can take. In a time when you go for, sometimes when you hear that somebody has got cancer, they have something else, and they're missing something. A lot of times it's the vitamin B that you're missing in the body because you can go for an operation. Vitamin B is important to have it in your body there. The nausea you feel sometimes when you don't have enough vitamin B helps that. For depression, when you're having depression there, instead of taking other medicines, take a supplement. You will start taking out things that become chronic. Those people who are sickly, these are things you need to be taking. And taking a medicine because it will lessen the load of medication you have to take when you start supplementing. Lessens the load that you have to have. These are things you can take with no side effects. For children, it's also something you can take for children. All see the chewable, nice, tasty ones you can take for children. Liquivite, the babies. What can I give my baby? Liquivite is there it's very good as a liquid you can take. Until you're having the fruits and the other things there, take your liquivite, take this for children, have them as sweets. Instead of buying them sweets and they like that, this is something they can take as an alternative. VitaGuard is your carotenoid complex for children, boosts immune system, clears cancer. Nowadays, the cancer ward for children is full. There's a whole ward there. What are we doing it? What are we doing to improve? VitaGuard, chewable, nice, Vita Squares, all your vitamins and minerals, your NutriShake. These are things you can do on a day-to-day basis every day without worrying that I'm overloading my kidneys, that I'll have a failure later. Because these are things that you have to think about. How long have I done this for? How long have I taken medication for? How many times have I gone for my detox? Have I moved these toxins that I've been taking over the years? Have I cleared them out of my body? If you don't do this, sometimes you'll find that you have to go back to people. GeoLife has got targeted solutions for so many things that if address, will avoid us from having chronic diseases. Things like for bone and joint health, for stress management, to clear your mind sharper, for weight management, things that will not cause a problem, for energy, for fitness, for digestive health, for boosting your immune system, your sugar levels management, your botanical, the things that you can do. And then around the house, what am I using in my house that might be causing me a problem, that might be a big problem later? Poisonous things you put in the house. How safe? How safe are the things we're using in our house? We have home care solutions, products that we use that make sense. When you start thinking about chronic disease, these are the things that we can do on a day-to-day basis. Please, why wait until you are told by a specialist who you've paid millions to that you need? Why not do something about it now? Why not do something about that? And you can. Why wait when you've lost your job, or why wait when you have stress with money that you can do something? You can do something about it every day by using products and becoming and recommending to others. You can build a business. Many of us recommend things to other people. We recommend, and we never get paid for it. Now, when we're told we can do that for a benefit, that you can put something in your pocket, somebody will say, I know. But these things can make you put money in your pocket when you recommend to others. Besides helping yourself, you help somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, let us think about why wait until the situation is dire before we do anything. Let us audit what we're doing on a daily basis. What I need to do. What are the foods I'm eating? What am I using in my household? What is my body telling me that I'm lacking, that I need to do more of? Where can I get it? Yes, at times, yes, of course, we said sometimes I cannot do fruits and vegetables, I cannot do fish all the time because it's expensive, so I do the cheap about it. How long have I avoided doing something serious to make it better? And if my money is my problem, what else can I do? Why wait until you've got a fantastic, the perfect business, a nice shop that is meant? Why not do something that you can do on a day-to-day basis, every day? Things that you buy something that's for your own business. If I buy something for my own business, it means money in my pocket. When I recommend and in my own business, when I recommend, the fact that I've recommended means that I can also make some money for myself because somebody else has been influenced by me. Has built a business that can be began part-time. Tomorrow, begin, not later, tomorrow. Call the person who invited you and tell them, how can I start? How can I invest? How can I start tomorrow? Because even if I'm in a busy office, I can still start a business, will not take from me. I can start it on a part-time. It's developed to start on a part-time basis in 50 different markets. They have a well-set website, well-set back office. You can send somebody, someone can buy off your site. You can recommend, if you don't know what to say, send them to Fred, send them to Dan, send them to Lydia, send them to people who are here, who have done business. Let them explain for you. Have your business building. Why wait until you're desperate to do something? Let's do something today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I have triggered something in your mind. I hope you have seen an opportunity that and now you know what you can do. Don't go and say, I don't know what to do. I am not aware. You have the solution with you. We have members here who are ready to help you, who have been in the business for long, who have tried, who have tested, who have begun to make extra income by the side, who have been able to get away from the stress of not having enough money in their pockets by doing things that they normally do like this and tell a few others and build international businesses. This is what is here for you. Don't wait until you have to call Harambes Don't wait until you have to go and look for a specialist. Don't wait until you hope that God can do a miracle. Do it now. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this has been helpful. I'll hand it back to Fred to close off. And let's plan for the week. Let's plan what you're going to do for you. Audit what you've been doing. Get something going for yourself. Fred.
Thank you, Dan.
Back to you.
Thank you, Dan. That was fantastic, as usual. You've outdone yourself. You seem to be getting better with age. That was just amazing. Guys, I cannot add anything else. Dan has said it all. Talk to the person who invited you. He'll help you to get these products. This recording will be available a little bit later tonight. So you'll be able to get it. Talk to the person who invited you to this call. He'll be able to share the recording with you. Otherwise, if you want to know more about the business, let's meet tomorrow at 8 o'clock. We'll be having another fantastic session with our leader from South Africa, Pascal Lolo, who will be taking us through how do you make money? How do you build a business from these wonderful products that Dan has talked about? But as Dan has said it, the ball is in your court. Do something about it. Start small. Get some products. Start using these products. Do some shopping in your life, and create your own story. Create your own destiny. Don't wait until you're sick, but take care of yourself beforehand. As the saying goes, a stitch in time saves how many? 9. So do the right thing now. Get some products, use them, and you'll create a wonderful testimony that can help somebody else. Others, thank you so much. See you again next Sunday when we are going to talk again about health. We'll be having another exciting speaker who will be talking to us. Invite a friend along so that they can also be empowered. But more importantly, later today when you get the recording, share it with a friend so that they can also get empowered. So thank you so much. God bless you and have a restful Sunday evening. Bye-bye. Thanks again, Dan. That was wonderful. Bye-bye, Beatrice. Bye-bye, Dan.
Bye for now.